Hello everyone and welcome to my third attempt. My third attempt at a Sunday afternoon chat. Sunday afternoon chat on an extremely hot Sunday afternoon here in southern Oklahoma. And how many times have I said that on Sunday afternoon in southern Oklahoma? Pretty much every Sunday. That's exactly right. Pretty much every Sunday. We have had this week a 103-degree day, a 104-degree day, and a 100-degree day. Today, it only made it to 98. Yesterday, it was 99. Now, here in Oklahoma, we call that Indian summer. When we start having these type of days in September and early October, we call it Indian summer. Can I tell you? It's too hot for this Indian. It is definitely too hot for this Indian right here. I'm ready for some fall weather. I sure am. I love hot weather. I love warm weather. I don't like the cold. I guess that kind of happens to everybody when they get older because they all move to Florida, it seems like, or Texas or someplace like that, or down here in Oklahoma where the weather is nice and warm. But this is the third attempt. My first attempt in doing this, and I probably need to check and make sure that the audio is working. Let me just look around real quick. See if we're having audio. It looks like it's working right now, so I don't know. You know that I shoot these on my iPhone. I shoot these on my iPhone. I think I've got a 13 is what I've got. It's not the new one. It may be a 12. I don't know. But anyway, and sometimes we'll just be right in the middle of things, and the audio just goes off. It just stops. There's no way to know it. There's no indicator on the front of an iPhone to let you know whether your audio is working or not. That's over there on my transmitter. And so I've got a microphone on, not natural sound. I've got a microphone on. And so anyway, it went off about halfway through that. So I just hit the delete button, hit that trash can on there. Just trash canned that, deleted that video, and fired up another one. And I got about halfway through that one, getting down close to the end, and my screen went blank. That's right, it went blank. It's like somebody turned it off. And I couldn't see it very good because I was looking into the sun. I was out in the sunlight when I was doing this. I'm back in the shade now. But I was out in the sunlight, and so I got up there and I got to looking, and I shaded it and everything, and it said temperature. It's too hot. So it had got too hot for my telephone, for my phone, and so it shut down. So this is the third time that I did this. But listen to this. I was going to tell you at the end of this video how to keep your joy. How to stay happy no matter what. When things all go bad, how to stay happy. I've got a secret that I use that will work every single time when things go bad. When people are just trying to steal your joy. I had somebody tell me one time, he said, when you go out every morning, you just keep in your mind, don't let the SOB steal your joy. And I thought, well, it's not too bad, but I'm not sure that's a great philosophy. But it pretty much is, because the devil will try to steal your joy. He will use other people to try to steal your joy. He'll cause things to happen during the day that, sometimes it seems like your day starts out bad, and it just gets worse and worse and worse as the day goes on. But I've got a little secret. I can tell you how to keep your joy all day long, irregardless of what happens to you. Irregardless of what happens to you. But anyway, we've had a great week out here. I didn't want to tell you, some of you have noticed, many of you, most of you probably have not, but I threw a little video up talking about it. Several thousand of you saw that video, so you know now. But the Jimmy Houston Outdoors channel, which is our channel that we've been doing since February of a couple years ago, I think about 3 or 4 years, February of 2019, when we really started putting videos up here on Jimmy Houston Outdoors. And we have changed the name of that channel. If you're subscribed to that channel, you're still subscribed, you don't have to do anything, to Jimmy and Chris Houston's Twin Eagle Ranch. We originally just thought Twin Eagle Ranch, and then we thought we'd put our name up there on it also, so people wouldn't think that something had really gone haywire. But Jimmy and Chris Houston's Twin Eagle Ranch, that channel, which we've got about 120,000 people on, that channel will be mostly a ranch channel. We'll have our deer on there. We'll do all our deer videos that we normally do. Hopefully Chris will be back to doing deer videos sometime here in the near future. All of the stuff that goes on at the ranch, the various projects and stuff we get involved in, we will have all of that on that channel. So you're still there. You don't have to do anything. Just keep tuning in. Make sure you got your little bell turned on so you'll get a notice every time we put a video up. We still probably will put up 5 or 6 videos a week on there, just like we always have. The Jimmy Houston Outdoors channel is now brand new. We actually lit up a new channel, I think Tuesday or Wednesday of this week. We lit up a new channel, Jimmy Houston Outdoors. Now, I wanted to call that Jimmy Houston Outdoors Fishing, and we may add that fishing to it. I think Jeremy set it up, and I don't know how to do all that stuff. So Jeremy or Sherry or Kyle, if they have to put that fishing name on there, and I don't know if they'll put it on there or not, but I've asked them to call it Jimmy Houston Outdoors Fishing. But here's the deal. That channel will be all fishing. we'll have all of our fishing stuff on there. We're going to make it a lot better, but it's because we'll have, it'll just be all fishing, and the deer won't be involved in that channel, the ranch won't be involved in that channel. It'll just be about fishing. Those of you that like to fish, and even if you don't like to fish, but you like to get entertained by what happens out there fishing, go over there and subscribe to that channel. We've already, in the last 2 or 3 days, had 700 or 800 people sign up for that channel. So you go over there and subscribe to that channel if you want to watch any of the fishing stuff. And we're going to be putting more fishing videos up than we had on the Jimmy Houston Outdoor channels, by far. More videos up. We'll put videos up when we're out filming. We've got some filming trips coming up here in the next month or so. I'm planning on doing quite a bit of crappie fishing in the next 30 or 40 days, and doing 3 or 4 crappie shows for Jimmy Houston Outdoors Television next year. That will be on ESPN2 beginning in January. It's on Pursuit Channel all year long. It'll be on Discovery Channel the first quarter. WFN World Fishing Network, the Heartland Network, AT&T Sports Southwest, Family Channel, YouTube Television, about a dozen different networks. But when we film those television shows, we take some little excerpts out of that and put together some little YouTube videos, which you will see before anybody else gets to see them on national television. Not the full show, but some little bits and some nice little things that happened on there. I think we just put some stuff up the other day of us fishing in Minnesota just last week. So it's real current, real quick stuff that you get up there on that. So be sure and go over there and subscribe to Jimmy Houston Outdoors, Jimmy Houston Outdoors Fishing, if that's what it ends up. Jimmy Houston Outdoors, you just type in Jimmy Houston Outdoors, it'll pop up there. Subscribe, hit that bell. We haven't decided exactly when we'll put the videos up, but I'm kind of thinking, you know, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday or something like that, or we might put up 4 a week. I'm not sure. We're going to try to make it as good as we can. We will also put up quite a few little short 4 and 5 minute instructional type videos. It's my air conditioner running over there. Sound like it cratered, did it? Oh, sure hope not. In this Indian summer. But anyway, we'll be putting up quite a few of 4, 5, 6 minute videos that are just trying to help you become a better fisherman. We'll talk about a lot of things, a lot of nice little tips that'll help you go out there and catch more fish and have more fun fishing. So if you're not subscribed to Jimmy Houston Outdoors, and it's not this, if you were subscribed to it, you're now subscribed to Jimmy and Chris Houston's Twin Eagle Ranch. So you're still going to need to go over there and subscribe to Jimmy Houston Outdoors. I would love to have everybody on all 3 channels. Catch a Better Life channel, Twin Eagle Ranch channel, Jimmy Houston Outdoors. Doesn't cost a penny to subscribe to all 3 of them. If you're over on Facebook, go over there and subscribe to all 3 of those YouTube channels. Absolutely free. Absolutely free. Absolutely free. We got an event coming up this next Saturday in Oklahoma City at Delisi. It's at 8300 North Oklahoma Avenue in Oklahoma City at one of the Delisi places. And it's called Rock the Block Party. A Rock the Block Party. And listen, they're going to have all these big trucks and machines out there. They're going to be running, and you're going to be able to go up there and take your whole family absolutely free. And you can let your kids crawl up in the big trucks, look at them, see the big trucks up close. Some of these are just monsters. Some of these are monsters. And right in the middle of all the big trucks is going to be old Jimmy. That's right, I'll be there. I'll be there with my Ram truck, my red Ram truck. You'll notice it, bright red with that big, beautiful Shell Rotella Ranger 521L behind it, powered by 250 horsepower Mercury. I'll be right in the middle of all those. Come in there and visit with me. We'll take pictures around the boat. Your kids can get in the boat, get behind the steering wheel, pretend they're going down Lake Tenkiller at 73 miles an hour like I do, and or pretend they're catching a big 12-pound bass like I don't very often. But they just have a ball. It's absolutely free. It's a great event out there. Starts at 9 o'clock in the morning. It's over at 1 o'clock, just a 4-hour event. 9 o'clock until 1 o'clock, rock the block. They also are, if your kids are sensitive to a lot of noise, like all the trucks running and stuff, they're going to have a quiet hour, I believe, between 10 and 11, where everybody will turn their engines off, and it'll be quiet. So if you have some kids that are sensitive to larger noises, they'll do that, and those kids will be able to still go out there and crawl around on the trucks and have a great time. Rock the Block Party. Absolutely free. Bring your family. It's a family event. Delisi is a great company here in Oklahoma. Delisi Brothers, a concrete business. If you live in Oklahoma, you've heard of Delisi all your life. They've been around, I guess, as long as I'm alive. They've been around. I cannot ever remember not seeing Delisi concrete trucks come around. They've put concrete down. They've concreted Oklahoma. Any sand, gravel, anything. All of the gravel that is on our ranch right here came from Delisi. One of their properties, 6,000 or 7,000 acres, joins me over here on the west side of our ranch, and they haven't mined over there. They haven't operated that gravel plant in years. but they had big piles of gravel over there, and they were gracious enough to sell us some of that gravel at a really good price, and we were able to put gravel down on our roads on the Eagle. So the Delisis is, an outstanding family here in Oklahoma, well liked and very benevolent. They've helped lots and lots of people. And this event is a free event they're putting on for the people of Oklahoma City, surrounding areas. Like I said, if you live anywhere within 100 miles, plan on coming up and seeing me at the Rock the Block party at Delisi, 8300 North Oklahoma Avenue in Oklahoma City this coming Saturday, October 1, 9 o'clock until 1 o'clock. And they are this event they're doing. They're going to benefit the regional food bank there in Oklahoma City, and so they would like for you. You don't have to, but they like for you to bring a can of something. A can, peaches, beans, pork and beans, pears, corn, peas, black-eyed peas. Whatever you want to bring a can of, bring a can. If everybody brings a can, we'll have a lot to donate to the Regional Food Bank there of Oklahoma City. So that's the event we'll be doing this coming Saturday there in Oklahoma City, and be there. I'm looking forward to seeing you there. I want to also remind you that my buddies at, speaking of Oklahoma City companies, another company right here in Oklahoma, Turbo Power Plus. We still have our offer out there where you can get a free week's supply of Turbo Power. You do have to pay $4.95 to handle the postage and handling of it. They send you 7 packets where you drink 1 per day. They're 1 ounce of Turbo Power Plus. That's all you need to drink. They sell those at the truck stops for about $3 a package. So it's a, excuse me. But that's about a $20 worth of Turbo Power is what you're getting. And most people, once they start taking it, will buy the 16-ounce bottles or the 32-ounce bottles of Turbo Power. It's very inexpensive, and if you buy it in those larger bottles like that, that's what I do. I get the larger bottles. I've been drinking it probably 20 years. It gives you sustained energy all day long, and it enhances your immune system. Many people that do Turbo Power never caught the virus. I mean, it enhances your immune system, and it keeps you really a lot. It's a great health drink. The truck drivers drive it so they can stay healthy to pass their driving test. So they got to pass a health test to keep driving the big trucks, and so that's one of the reasons they take it. But it's great. But we still got that going, so you can go to turbopowerplus.com. And we've got a link somewhere here on some of our stuff that shows you how to get to that too. But the promo code you want to use is FISH1, FISH1, and you can get that free week supply of Turbo Power. Also, I wanted to tell you that I did get to go fishing this week. Last week I was up in Minnesota for 12 days. I got to fish 7 straight days. I only got to fish one week this week, but I got to fish right here at the Eagle, and we had a blast. Some of the Shell customers from New Hampshire came all the way from New Hampshire, came down to fish with us for a day. Marie and Don have been here at the ranch before, and they had a blast before, and they had a blast again this time. We just had a ball out here that day. And also Steve and Wayne came down with them. And think about it, New Hampshire has got some of the very best fishing anywhere in the world. New Hampshire's great. Winnipesaukee, Winnisquam, Squam Lake. So many great lakes there. I've gone to New Hampshire and fished a lot. And yet they honored me by coming all the way down here to fish with me in Oklahoma. And I told them, I said, some of your friends are going to think you're crazy to leave New Hampshire and come to Oklahoma and go fishing. But we got great fishing right here in Oklahoma as well. We sure do. But we had a ball out there. I think that morning, one boat, we had 2 boats. My buddy Steve Perkins brought his boat over here. And I want to thank Steve for doing that. Golly, Steve went over on Tuesday or Wednesday to practice a little bit for a tournament that he's having yesterday and today on Grand Lake. And he practiced, I guess, Thursday and Friday. And then he came back over here and fished with us practice Wednesday and Thursday. Fished with us on Friday and went over there and fished, and then went back. He left here about 9:30, and it's 250 miles back to Grand Lake. It's clear over the northeastern part of the state. And went back over there and got in there, I'm sure at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, got up and fished. Caught a little limit of fish, a small limit, in 17th place, which is pretty good. Don't know how he did today. But he came over and fished with Marie and Don and Steve and Wayne and I, and we had a blast. And that morning, we fished until about 12:30 and come in and have some sandwiches. That morning, one boat caught 32, the other boat caught 30. That's right, 32 to 30. That afternoon, one boat caught 28, the other boat caught 26. The same boat caught the big amount both times. But we ended up catching 116 fish. And I'm not going to tell you which boat caught the most, which boat had the 32 and the 28. So 60 of those 160 and for 56. But that's still great. What a day, 116 fish. But that boat that caught the 32 that morning was behind when one boat loaded out. And him and his Marie and Dawn just kept on fishing. And the guy just kept saying, one more cast, just one more cast. This is going to be my last cast. And went from 24 to 25 to 26 to 27 to 28. So one of the two boats caught a couple more than the others, both in the morning and the afternoon. But what a great day we had out there. Thank you, Steve. And I hope you caught a bigger limit today. You're trying to catch a 15-pound limit today and move on up in the standings. I sure hope that you did. I think that, you probably did. Chris has been here with me all week. I got back from that 12-day trip in Minnesota last Sunday night. And Chris and I came to the ranch on Monday. She's been here all week. She'll be here with me for the next 2 or 3, 4 weeks, whatever. And so it's just been wonderful to have her here. She's still improving all the time. In the morning times, I can't hardly understand a single word she says. In the afternoon and evening, and the last 2 or 3 hours of the day before we go to bed, when she's talking pretty good. So, but she's still got a long way to go, not quite walking. Steve McCartney is still doing physical therapy with her twice a week. And she's just not quite taken that step. And she's been that way for quite a while now. It's not something that just happened over the last 2 or 3 weeks. 2 or 3 months, she's been just not quite taking that step. That's the barrier of the wall that we've got to break through. That's the mountain we've got to climb. That's the mountain I need for God to move, is that step. And when she takes that step, she's going to be able to just do well. And it might still take her 2 or 3 months to learn how to walk after she can take that step. But when she takes the step, she's learning how to walk. From that point on, she's learning how to walk. Right now, she's trying to get her mind connected to her leg where it can finish that step. Just finish that step. So she's doing great. She went to church with me this morning. Of course, she never misses church when she's over with Sherry and Jack the last couple of weeks. She's gone to church over there and just had a really great time. Don't forget to go over there and subscribe to Jimmy Houston Outdoors. And I want to right now tell you, here's the deal on keeping your joy. Golly, it's the P&P method. That's right, P&P method. Pray and praise, pray and praise, pray and praise. When you get up tomorrow and something goes bad, it may happen at your house, it may happen on the way to work, it may be the first thing when you walk into the office, it may be tomorrow afternoon, but something happens that just steals your joy. Maybe what somebody says, it may be something does. It may be that you start to pour your coffee and it slips and you drop your cup, and not only does it ruin your clothes, you're gonna have to change clothes, it burns you, and your cup dropped and broke. You're probably barefooted, and so you would take a step, you stepped on some of that broken glass, cut your foot. All the things are going bad. Here's the way you stop all that happen, is you pray and praise. And what do you pray? You don't pray, oh Lord, how did that happen to me? Oh Lord, I can't believe that. What you do is you start thinking about the good things. You start praying and praising. Lord, thank you for waking me up this morning. Lord, thank you for that I had a hot pot of coffee there that I could drink a cup or two. Thank you, Lord, that I got more cups. I broke that cup. Thank you, I got another cup. I can get it out and pour another cup of coffee in there. Thank you, Lord, that I did not step on some glass and get the glass in my feet. Start thinking of the good things out there. You know, my daddy told me a story back when I was a kid, and I imagine your mom and daddy told you the same story about the little boy that was always complaining because he didn't have any shoes. All of his friends had shoes. All of his buddies at school had shoes. All the little girls he knew had shoes. His mom and daddy couldn't afford shoes. He kept complaining about having any shoes. And then one day his daddy told him, he said, son, look over there at that little boy right over there. And the little boy didn't have any feet. Didn't have any feet. And the little boy never again complained about not having any shoes, because no matter what, and probably that little boy didn't have any feet, he probably could look around a little bit and find somebody that didn't have any legs at all, let alone feet. So concentrate and think about the ways that God's blessing you. If you got out of bed this morning, if you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook, God is blessing you. You've got some blessings that a lot of people in the world don't have. I can tell you that right now for a fact. If you got out of bed this morning, if you're breathing, if you're healthy, if you can walk, You know, the most tragic thing that's ever happened to Chris and I happened 18 months ago when she had that stroke. But she's still here. You know, during that 18 months, I've talked to many, many, many men that their wives have had a stroke and they're gone. They lost them. They went on to be with the Lord. And those men now are here walking around missing their wife. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. God saved her. I've got so much to be thankful for. She's talking plainly some of the day. She can feed herself with one hand. Can't use her right hand. Can't cut my hair. She'll be able to do that one day too. But you know, dwell on the blessings that God has given you. Don't dwell on your problems. Don't think about how big a problem you have. Think about how big a God you have. Because I'm telling you, we live in the greatest country in the world. Many people in this country don't think so right now. Many people think America's a lousy place. If it's so bad, why are all them people coming across our border all the time? America's a great place, the greatest country in the world. Be thankful that God put you here in America. Some of you came here from other countries. Some of you are fortunate enough, like me, to be born right here in Oklahoma. Wow, what a deal. Well, I was actually born in Texas. Didn't take me long to get up here to Oklahoma, though. Think about the good things. When something goes wrong, instead of getting upset, instead of getting something mad, instead of saying something bad, instead of saying something nasty, start thinking about the good things that's happened to you tomorrow. Start thinking about the way God's blessing you. And start praising God. Lord, I just broke my favorite coffee cup. I bought that on a vacation on my 20th anniversary. That was my favorite coffee cup. I'm going to pray that prayer. God, thank you for letting me get 20 years of use out of that coffee cup. Can't believe I've had that stinking cup for 20 years. Can't believe that. Thank you that I got more cups up there to get down. Thank you that I still got a lot of coffee left in that pot. I can pour myself a cup of coffee. Thank you, Lord, for that. Start thinking of things you can praise God for, and I promise you, you can keep your joy all day long. You can keep your joy all day long, no matter how bad things get. You know, I always think about at funerals, and I've been to many of them. I think about at funerals what a loss that we've had personally. And if you're at a funeral, you've had a loss. You may not even know the person that well, or you may be somebody that you've got in bed with every night for the last 50 years. Somebody that you've had that cup of coffee with every morning. It might be the dearest person in the world to you. But when you go to those funerals and there's such a sad deal and everybody's so sad, God will show up and start reminding people of great things that's happened, you and that individual. And pretty soon people are laughing. Pretty soon people are talking about, oh, you remember when this, and they were laughing and having fun. Even at a funeral, God shows up and provides joy. But we need to help him sometime. And the best way to help him is to pray and praise. You do that when something goes wrong tomorrow. And I promise you, I give you a money-back guarantee. Jimmy, this channel's free. I don't pay any money for it. That's right. That's exactly what I'll give you back. I give you a money-back guarantee that if you'll do that, you won't lose your joy. They can't steal your joy. Those SOBs can't take it away from you. You're still going to be happy. You're still going to be full of joy. And you're still going to have a great day. And remember, I sure do love you.